So anyway, you are able to book your hotel room. Mahadi has the menu for the meal service delivered to your room. The way that his arrangement is made, it's the backs of all of these vehicles and beasts of burden, and also vehicles shaped like beasts of burden that have pop tents that fold out from the front, so that it's sort of like a food truck with a covered awning that they can pull out. Although
Or those shitty Pontiac SUVs that folded out into a tent. Remember those?
they belong in hell, right?
Give them away on Survivor.
Or in Hell's RV Park.
Yep. But they basically form a horseshoe shape. They all open into the center of the horseshoe, so they're protected from outside invaders by a thick wall of metal vehicles. And then there's only one entrance in where this gaudily dressed maitre d' introduces himself as Mahadi and sort of gives you the tour of what's available in here. And as a brief recap, there's a number of different merchant stalls. They sell all manner of magic items, mundane items. You can buy terrestrial food here, which is something you haven't experienced in a while. The food in Hell is unilaterally terrible. Always tastes vaguely of sulfur and brimstone, and the water always tastes befouled. And you can actually get imported food and water here if you're so inclined to pay the price.
Evian.
Every restaurant in Hell is basically the Olive Garden.
It's a hotel, so you get bottles of Fuji. They cost you 15 soul coins.
Yeah.
You also met a few of the merchants. Specifically, you met Burny the Barber, who is a sort of chubby, older, middle-aged Kalashite woman who is down here. Looks like a human woman, alive, not like undead monster or anything like that. And Burny is operating a barber in the medieval sense, which is to say that she does cutting your hair, but she's also an amateur physician.
And pull your teeth and stuff.
Your bloodletting.
Yep,
A Pirelli.
leeches.
I mean, bloodletting in Hell is really not that much of a specialized thing. Like, you can go anywhere.
You can go anywhere for
blood
that.
taken out of your body.
Leeches too. I've got leeches right now.
It's the size of a horse.
Quick question. What was the thing that we were going to find at Mahadi's? Which of the four things?
So, you had heard a rumor
Okay.
from Mad Maggie that she used to roll with a coven.
Oh, that's right.
It's
Yeah.
the Hearthstone.
A three-member coven.
Red Ruth.
Red Ruth was one of the coven, as well as Gaunt Gela. And Gaunt Gela had a heartstone. You heard of there?
Are we in the Red Ruth Inn?
No, that's pretty great. She believes that Red Ruth murdered Gaunt Gela to take her heartstone. And you have heard that Red Ruth is a regular visitor to Mahadi's.
Okay.
Didn't we also think they had a lead on a second item? Or no, we were in the neighborhood of what's his name, Gon's son, that lives in his own helmet.
Uldrick the Tinker.
I
Yeah.
think this was on the way to that.
Yes.
Yes.
2 in the Tinker, 1 in
And
the Stinker.
he's
And
got
drink.
this.
Yes. But you now, this is a little bit kind of upbeat here.
let's bring it down a tone.
So instead, you are now in Mahadi's Emporium. It's before you've gotten your long rest. You have paid your dues. You paid your 1 soul coin to rent a hotel room, which is in a demi-planar space that's not technically on Avernus. You are able to drop off your things. Mahadi ensures you that the utmost care will be taken to keep you isolated from the other guests if you so choose, allow you a free run of the luxuries and services that he has to provide. Your items are safe here on his word as a lawful being in a plane of law. He's willing to make whatever concessions that you need to feel safe here.
Lulu does not feel safe here. Lulu's very unnerved.
Was like eyeballing this dude in a way that she's like, something about him was just not quite right.
Yeah, and I tried to ask her what was up, and I beefed my roll, so that's the last thing I remember.
Yeah.
It is in fact Hell, so like everything's a little not quite right about everyone.
So yeah. What's the plan, fam?
Well, first of all, how are we doing? Do we need to stop everything and take the long rest?
I'm good.
I'm good.
I'm only down a few. It's not horrible.
Yeah, I'm
How are you on spell slots?
I have only used one.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think we had a
Actually-
combat.
No,
We had the Vrock combat, but that didn't take long.
Yeah.
And you didn't actually fight in that combat. You were just scavengers.
Yeah. And we took a long rest at Fort Knucklebones prior to that, so we should be pretty well set.
Essentially, you're taking a long rest to not get exhaustion because you've been traveling for a while.
Right.
Oh, that's true.
But we can still poke around the Emporium without worrying too much. Should we start working the stalls and asking about Red Roof?
Yeah.
Also, because I've been sick, I'm probably going to forego most of my Dragomir voice for the day. It's going to make me hack and cough, and it's going to be disgusting for everybody. Yeah, you know.
You just introduce everything you say with in Russian.
Yes.
In Russian,
After it's in Russian. Just imagine Colossus is saying it.
A couple other things, by the way, from last time that you guys did interact with while you were here. You met Fet Allah, which is an Amnesu devil, which is a very bloated, round, sort of like frog-faced, devilish creature, wearing long, flowing, comfortable robes. Looks like a perversion of clergy, basically, like a big, fat clergyman.
What was that name again?
Fet Allah, which is F-H-E-T, apostrophe A-H-L-A. I don't think I gave you his name last time, but you did talk to him. He runs a business called From Here to Avernus, the purpose of which is that he has a number of imps that he uses as infernal couriers. He's basically the post office. So if you wish to send a message, he has the ability to do it. If it's just like basic information that needs to be transmitted and you know where the recipient is, he'll do it for earthly currency. But if you have something that's more specialized, like delicate information or something that requires magical communication, he'll charge you soul coins for it. He does have the ability to act as a notary as well, so if you need to have an infernal contract signed, he has a notary public in hell, and he is able to do that service for you at the cost of 100 GP or 1 soul coin.
Yeah, that makes sense. Hell is the realm of bureaucracy, so...
Yep.
Everyone's a notary here.
His post office stuff includes not just messages, he's also able to send parcels, so if you need to send an object somewhere.
Everybody's a notary here, but there's a rule that you can't notarize your own documents. So everybody's got to go through everybody else.
Couple things about Fet Allah. He does have the ability to do parcels up to 5 pounds. He can do it for a single soul coin. And it can go anywhere in Avernus. So, for example, if you have something that weighs less than 5 pounds, you got to send back to Mad Maggie. You don't have to go all the way back.
So like if we get...
If you find one of the parts, you may not necessarily have to drive back if you can find Mahadi's Emporium.
If we can find Mahadi's Emporium and then pay an additional soul coin.
So it's a soul coin to get it sent. If it's larger than 5 pounds, he'll do up to 50 for 2 soul coins.
It's like an airline.
Yeah. It's also like a Kinko's. You can make copies there and
Yeah.
a really shitty coffee.
Similarly, for the notary service, it's only 1 soul coin to have notarize a document, unless that document includes the signing of a celestial name on it somewhere. If there's a celestial involved, he increases the price by 1,000%.
Oh, wow.
Oh. Understandable.
Yeah.
Make the celestial
So if I make a
name.
virginity pledge to God,
Yes.
he's going to charge me like 10 soul
He's
coins?
going to charge you 10 soul coins to
Eh.
ensure that you don't wet your wick.
You
Man,
gotta
those
bring your
promise
own
rings
gum
aren't
wrappers
cheap.
to make that bracelet. They don't provide those.
I was going to wear one of those purity rings like from the South Park episode.
Not for you, sir. Also, you met Iliac, which was a lawful evil human mage. He was the one who is dealing in demon ichor, and the overexposure to it has caused his arms to grow into long tentacles that end with fingers. Yeah.
the too much hentai guy, yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Iliac,
also,
the devil of not being able to consume gluten.
And looking at him for more than 15-20 seconds, you can see that he doesn't actually have any ears. Skin surface on the side of his head.
Oh, he's deaf.
Yep. He's
What?
stone deaf.
It's Brian.
Yes.
Yes, tentacles for hands, no ears. Yeah, that's it.
No, hands for hands, tentacles for arms.
Ah,
They
okay.
end in fingers.
Oh, okay.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Are they
That's-
still flesh colored, or are they like...
Yes.
So it's just like he's got no bones.
Yeah, his tentacle arms look more like a bruised kind of tissue. They're sort of purpley and that
They got
yellow
suction
off color.
cups?
No cups.
Okay. Then that's not very tentacle-y.
Shut up.
I'm just saying.
But he will buy and sell your demon ichor. So if you're interested in buying, it's 100 gold for a flask. If you're interested in selling, he'll pay you 25 per flask.
Oh, jeez. Markups.
No soul coins?
He only deals in earthly currency because he's just a human.
But theoretically, if we were to sell him 4 vials, we could find somebody else to trade that 100 gold for us.
Yes.
There might be a
Yeah.
Bob's Discount Demon Iker somewhere in here.
Yeah, but
Is
then
there
the
a
ichor's only
coin
good for like
star?
a year, and there's a footprint in it. And you also met Zeneth.
It's not a Demon Iker, it's sawdust.
Zeneth was an old hobgoblin warlord who buys and sells devil larvae.
For some reason, I just pictured him as
Does
the.
he deal in soul coins?
He does.
Let's find
Why,
some...
you're gonna steal some babies?
Yeah. Let's fucking do... We're in hell. Fuck it.
You said an old hobgoblin warlord, and I'm thinking about the guy that you see at every flea market and gun show that is a Nazi memorabilia enthusiast and sells a whole table full of Nazi memorabilia.
Yeah. This dude looks like he is still decked out for war. He's wearing his hobgoblin camo, effectively. But he has like a whole bunch of these little bird cages that are ringed with a much tighter mesh of metal on the inside. And inside are like little crawling grubs. They're about this big. And they are soul larvae, which he describes as being a sort of like prenatal stage for devils as they mature. Essentially, what you know about the cosmology of the event is that people die who are destined to be in hell. Their souls fall down into the river Styx, and they eventually crawl ashore, or they just get silted to the bottom of the river and never come out. The ones that crawl to shore come out in a couple different stages, and the larvae are like the most basic bitch type of stage. They eventually will grow into either a main or lemure, which are two types of devil you've encountered so far. Very basic, sensory, low, very dim creatures that basically are just constantly in pain and torment.
Like devil zombies.
Pretty much, yep.
Okay.
You actually encountered a very blobby boy when you were in El
I was
Terrell.
going to say freshman.
Right.
It's just like that.
No,
or
seniors.
they occasionally take on humanoid shapes and become practitioners of hell, or petitioners, I should say, where they are basically just themselves as they were in life, but they are now in constant states of torment and must endure in this plane. Most of them become that.
Since their souls hit the river Styx before they evolve into something, some greater form of Pokemon, do they remember their past life at all?
Some of them have vague memories, but they generally come out very different.
Yeah, okay, makes sense.
Yeah,
Going to hell will do that to you.
Those who come out as devils in a stage of their development where their minds are so non-functional that it's almost irrelevant if they could remember anything.
Gotcha.
Whereas those who come out to become petitioners in hell are aware of what deeds led them to this road, but they are not familiar with any other specific details of their lives.
Roger that. Okay.
I'd like to nickel back.
And with that in mind, Zeneth is here selling these larvae before they've matured. It's sort of like putting a quarter in the machine and getting one of those plastic eggs with a toy inside. You don't know what that larvae is going to become. However, devils also occasionally eat them.
You can also put them in that penny crushing machine.
And come out a soul coin.
Yeah, it comes out. It's a fake soul coin. You can't spend it on anything, but it's got like a cool emblem on it. Wandering Emporium.
And then in addition to that, there's a whole team of like roadster, roadie type guys. They fix the machines. They help break down and set up the tents. They are literally just the guys setting up the show, basically. They're a team
roadies.
They're like hobgoblins and orcs and like other mundane.
How do you
evil
think they got
races.
to hell?
And they're all wearing like rags and like steampunk accoutrement, and they are rushing about just like fixing shit, setting things up. They have like a mobile defense platform. It looks like a vehicle with a big gun on the back, which they park behind the horseshoe in case anything attacks Mahadi's Emporium. And you've heard rumors of people that have tried to attack Mahadi's Emporium, and it's gone very poorly. There are also about a dozen other merchant stalls. Anything you want magic item-wise, you can probably find here for the right price. But yeah, you haven't yet bunked up for your long rest. What's the plan?
Well, I think if we don't need to take a long rest right away, maybe we should start schmoozing with some of the stall vendors and see if anybody knows
Red Ruth.
Do we know when Red Ruth was said to frequent here, was she frequenting here as a customer or as a, like, setting up shop and selling stuff?
Maggie gave you the impression she was a customer, but she didn't outright say it.
Okay. So maybe if we start asking some of the stall vendors if they know her.
Yeah.
She's that old lady who like goes to the flea market like every Sunday and just buys a bunch of random crap.
Yeah. I think I'm going to start with Zenef. Because soul larvae sound like the kind of things a hag might use as like a spell component or a snack. Yeah. Wrapped in bacon and then fondue.
Just like in a bowl like popcorn.
God, wrapped in bacon and fondue.
For some reason, I envision this guy with the sign is made out of old pallets, and it says chainsaw sharpening and live bait. It's like some sort of Covington thing or Chesterfield thing or something.
He's dressed out with the he's got like big metal shoulder pads, like ribbed steel bands over the shoulder pads. with fur set on the inside. It looks very warm, and he's wearing a round hat with a spike in the middle, like a Mongolian, mixed with a World War I German Kaiser helmet. He's got really, really like thick, really thick eyebrows, and the hair in the eyebrows is so long they arch to a point at the sides of his head.
Yeah,
and he's got a Fu Manchu.
Yeah. He's
tough look to pull off, man. If you can pull that look off.
He's a hot goblin.
Hot goblin.
Hot goblin in your area.
Hot goblin with these nuts.
I was about to say hot knob goblin. Yeah.
Give him the duck.
No, that was a good one. I like that one.
No, give him the duck.
I demand you duck this man immediately.
Here, pass the Yoda down.
You get the Yoda because you're old and wise.
Didn't quite work.
I'll start with him and I'll be Dragomir about it and be kind of upfront and be like, I'm looking for a customer. She's goes by the name Red Ruth. I think she might have something I wish to purchase from her.
Give me a persuasion roll.
Come on, charisma boy.
I'm trained in persuasion though. No.
Okay, what'd you get?
4 total.
This is, I am unfamiliar with this creature that you speak of, but I have a request. And he looks over, and Mahadi is now greeting some other, devilish cohort that's coming in to buy shit.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, the one over there that calls itself Mahadi, I would have you slay it.
Whoa. That escalated fast.
Yeah. I am not a mercenary, nor am I an assassin. But I would question why you would wish to kill the organizer, the owner of this establishment that you're making your money on.
He says, "This is not the plane I was meant to be on. I was meant to be waging war eternal on Acheron."
Which one is that?
It's basically Hobgoblin Valhalla.
Oh, that's cute.
They have no U-Hauls in Eris? You can't just rent something and go.
Do you petition all of your customers to carry out this mission for you?
Only the ones that look like they can handle themselves in a fight. And he looks over at these new guests that are arriving.
Yeah.
And it's some spine devils. It's dudes you squashed
when
you were still up above.
Yeah.
There's mom spine devil and dad spine devil and 6 spine devil kids.
They have Mickey. They have Mahadi ears on.
Yeah.
I just picture you see the far off shot.
Drugs.
You see the far off shot of Mahadi's Emporium. You see Dragomir lumbering through in full plate mail, and he's like, "Why did you ask me to kill him?" I was like, "The fuck." Because there's a metric fuck ton of you.
He when you start to balk and it looks like you might not do it, he goes to his little cash register setup. It's sort of like a steel box with a wooden pull drawer in it. Mm-hmm. And he pulls the drawer out and he undoes the clasp and the chain comes loose and he pulls the drawer out. And inside is a sack of gold coins and 9 soul coins. And he says, "I'll turn it upside down if you can slay that one."
Ooh, that's a pretty good deal.
But also, if we fuck it up, which, knowing us, we are likely to do...
I will keep that in mind. In the meantime, if Red Ruth happens to come by your stall, let me know.
Very well.
In the meantime, I'll have one of those cornettos and
Yeah.
Slurpee. And when he rings it up, it's the old-fashioned cash register and the whole flag stuff that says "Kill Mahadi."
I think we should go to the barber because, at least in my head, the hair salon is a place of gossip and trading secrets.
That hot goss. And Mad Maggie mentioned that Gaunt Gilla had beautiful golden hair. What if Red Ruth also took something...
Like a scalp?
Like a scalp.
And now she's wearing it like a wig?
Ah!
These are my extensions.
All natural. No synthetic.
Which they are technically natural. Not from her head.
Love it. Snatch that.
I get it.
That's what she said. My name's Gala.
Let's play a different game.
That's your next character.
No, you don't want to play Scrabble.
That was Autumn when we played that campaign for literally 2 sessions.
Good shit. So yeah, you're gonna go to Burny the Barber?
Yeah, let's go.
Alright. First off, what is everybody's alignment?
Character neutral.
Lawful neutral.
I think chaotic good?
Yeah, I think chaotic good is appropriate for
You're definitely chaotic good. You're the definition of
Aww.
Thanks, Ben.
You're welcome.
Chaotic to neutral good.
I'm lawful neutral, but I'm definitely leaning more towards lawful good ever since Theo died.
What a gross bastard.
Yeah, I know.
Aww.
Disgusting.
Theo smells like 100 dead butts.
There is a small wooden sign. It's a very small sign. It's only about this big. Maybe 8 inches diagonal.
Must be this lawful to enter.
Oh shit!
It's a small wooden sign, and the sign indicates barber shop options. Basically, it's like sideburns, 1 GP, cut and a shave, 3 GP.
If I don't have sideburns, can she give me sideburns?
Are you going to ask her?
I don't know. No, I'm asking you.
I'm not going to do an accent for her, by the way, but she comes off as very like
the nanny.
Arabic sounding.
Okay. It's for Russian.
But she has this sign, and it's all like beard and trim, basic cut.
Brazilian.
She also has a smaller sign that hangs underneath it, and this sign is only about 4 inches diagonally, and it's medical services, and it is like bloodletting, amputation, that sort of thing.
Pee hole and beginning.
I can do that.
Don't. Don't.
An emo combination.
That's the other game. No more.
Some people like the sound of that.
I could get a haircut.
We got GP.
I got GP.
Yeah, we got
GP.
Especially, the whole party could get a shave and a haircut for 10 gold.
For 2 bits.
Yeah.
Except that they're actual bites.
Two bites.
Ow.
They just eat your hair.
Yeah. And Ted Cruz, is that you?
Sadly, he's not dead yet. But he'll be here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really need a haircut. I don't have hair, but
You can go for
I'm with you, man.
a dome polishing.
Well, you like to steam it, and like a little trim.
But haircut might also imply getting your hair. Is it extra for wash?
No, actually, it's not. And
Oh.
also, she does have
we're having a wash
a
and
pink
cut.
shining.
Wash and
So
set.
maybe I'll get my paint nice and shine.
Yeah, well, at least if we'll pay gold pieces at least for a bath here rather than spending soul coins at Mahadi's.
Or like we used to go to the bathhouse in Helm's Deep.
That's an interesting blame shift.
You don't remember that scene from the director's cut of Two Towers?
Fighting orcs and then there's 4 people behind the house.
Gimli's getting his bone and Largan to the bathhouse in Helm's
Jesus Christ.
Baldur's Gate is what you were
Baldur's Gate,
saying.
Yeah, that place. When we came out of the pool
go have
tunnels.
rinse after the poo tunnel.
Yeah.
Burny's setup is such that only one person can enter at a time. Who's going to be the first person to step right up into Burny's
I'll go.
Okay.
barbershop? All right.
Yeah, we'll get a little.
Let's send the wizard in alone.
Yeah.
You're getting just a basic haircut and like a hair wash.
Yeah, a little wash and cut just to get the dead ends off. If she could rebraid it nice, that would be good.
Yep. It takes her 15 minutes. She's pretty adept. She clips everything off. She gets it all cleaned up and tidy for you. Does the whole brush with the talc and all that sort of shit. The talc does leave a very bizarre tingling feeling, and it's because it's Avernian talc, so it actually burns a little bit. It's like icy hot.
Okay, I'm kind of into that though.
But
Like aftershave.
As a tiefling, you probably don't even care.
Yeah, feels nice.
Don't put it on your balls.
I mean, you can.
You shouldn't, though. You wouldn't like it.
You can.
Says you.
But you can. There's nothing physically stopping you.
Little capsaicin.
It costs you 1 gold coin.
Okay. While I'm getting my haircut, I asked Burny, I'm like, so what's a human like you doing in a plane like this?
Slut.
I'm being friendly.
Slut.
Burny, want to take me in the back? Shave my butt?
It's probably a service shop.
Little wax.
Burny explains
Keep
that,
leeches out of there.
much like many of the other vendors at Mahadi's, one is it's a great way to make a lot of coin. 2, it's a great way to travel the plains in safety, or relative safety. And 3, everybody here is indebted to the ringmaster in some way, and most of them serve by acting as merchants in his emporium.
One of the other guys was like, "Hey, kill Mahadi. Is that like a common sentiment around here? I mean, like, I understand some resentment, but is it really that bad?
Give me a persuasion roll.
We're dead. I think it's just 8.
Okay. She says,
it's definitely just 8.
I couldn't really speak to the other vendors. I don't really talk to them much. They don't have much interest in me.
You happen to know any hags, witches of a certain age, who come around here for services? We heard of somebody with your name, Red Ruth. Have you...
Give me a persuasion roll with advantage.
Okay.
Now every time somebody says Red Ruth, all I can hear is Red Ruth then.
I'm sorry.
12?
We'll leave a hag on for you.
Oh, it's great.
Motel 6!
It's still great.
Oh, God. She says, I've seen certain fey creatures come in. Typically, it's they want services that are not really what I provide. She says, typically I look to clean things up, trim split ends, braid hair, wash things.
You've done a great job, by the way. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And she does seem like genuinely pretty pleased with her work. But she also says, with the Fae, they generally are looking for specifically that variety of Fae. Not beautifying services, quite the opposite. And I'm afraid that my work doesn't typically resound with that.
Do you ever know, like, where, like, if there's anywhere else, like at Mahadi's that they frequent a little bit more, if there's anything, when they come around or anything? We're just, like, looking to link up and get some information from some people.
She says, I know that Mahadi operates a number of other services that are beautifying adjacent. Maybe check with Mahadi. She says maybe they might make regular use of his mud baths, for example. I'm not sure.
Oh, that does sound... Oh, it's probably not nice. It's probably, like, spicy in, like, a melt-your-skin-off kind of way.
She says, yes, it's boiling a Verny in mud. I would recommend it for one of your complexion.
Oh, thank you. Love your cosmetologist knowledge. I really appreciate that with the day we've had. This is really refreshing.
You're summer, not winter.
Yeah,
exactly. Give me a perception roll. And how many hit points do you have?
It's a 14 and I have 54.
Cool, okay. Noted.
Nice. That's not a question you want to hear from the DM.
I think it's just Ben checking in on Amaya every once in a while. Because, like, if you don't pay attention, her hit points will start ticking down.
Yeah, all of a sudden it's like, oh my god, she's dead.
Well, in 20 minutes, she'll be like 12.
Yeah, it's like...
What happened? I don't know!
When you drive a shitty
for
car
5 minutes.
that, like, leaks oil and stuff like that, and you gotta keep topping it off.
Yep.
All right. But yeah, she finishes up the service for you. She charges you the 1 gold coin. She too has one of these like steel banded boxes.
I tip her an extra gold coin because I'm nice.
She's grateful for it, and she puts it in her little sliding wood drawer.
Pause there.
Later, maybe.
She puts it in her.
Also, it's customary. You tip
Dress.
your hairdresser.
She puts it in her box.
I want to set a good example for anybody who listens. You tip your hairdresser.
And once you are wrapped up, she calls in next, and she starts sweeping up little bits of tiefling hair.
Oh,
I'll go
it's
in.
a tiefling.
It's tiefling. It is Nemea. I'll go in next and, like, get the beard washed and braided and trimmed.
You said you are, like, neutral good?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you going to ask her any questions while she's providing the service, or are you just going to let it ride?
I'm going to basically ask the same thing that Nemea asked.
Okay. You're going to get more or less the same information that Maya just got. However, at the end of it, she sort of looks you over and she's like, that wasn't much work at all. This one's on the house.
I still give her 2 gold.
She tries to give one of the coins back to you.
No, please, you've done such good work.
She raises an eyebrow, but she puts both in the drawer.
Yeah.
Who's next?
You didn't slice my neck.
Really?
I'm gonna die, aren't I?
So Xander's going to actually write a very long letter. He's going to write 1 long letter and like 1 postcard. The long letter is a letter to the lady who is taking care of Celise.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be basically something he wants her to read to Celise when she's sitting there. And it's going to be remembrances of like happy times. And remember when we went to the park. And it's just going to be a whole bunch of that stuff. And I'm asking her to read that to her. Mm-hmm. I'm going to fold that up in a letter. And I'm also going to, on the postcard...
Remember when we used to hate El Terrell together?
Yeah, that's right. Remember how we always wanted to burn this fucker to the ground?
Turns out it sucks.
Turn out it really sucks. Yeah. No, it's all cheery happy stuff. No relation of any of this crap.
That's nice.
The short letter is going to be to who's the Poobah and the El Terrell watching over the keep?
Ravengard.
Is it Ravengard?
Yeah.
I always forgot if he was
Poobah
the bad guy or if it was the right guy. Okay. So the postcard is going to be to Ravengard that we are still alive and still trying and nothing useful to update, but at least we're alive and everything. I'm sealing both in an envelope, and I'm going to go to this post office dude, and I'm going to, I guess, have a conversation with him. Is that Fet?
Yep.
Fet Allah?
Fet Allah.
Fet Allah.
Yep.
So it's an Avernus postcard. It's just a snapshot of hell with "Wish you were here."
Yeah, it's gonna be. Hopefully, it's a blank piece of paper.
You
shaped
like
a
scribble
postcard.
on "Wish you weren't."
Yeah.
Yep. And he is he's like feeding little bits of some sort of worm-like creature to imps that have like little bird cages that they lock themselves in. They're sentient creatures, but they actually fly into little bird cages and lock
So they're like
themselves
the
in.
pigeons, or they're the carrier pigeons of night.
It's very degrading, and that appears to be part of the idea.
Yes. You send messages.
That I do, sir. Step right up.
Do you know this? You must have seen. I'm not sure if we're near El Terrell as an island, but I'm going to ask you. Have you seen the island that is chained above this plain?
I did see it hanging
Formerly.
above the docks there.
Can one of your pigeons here take a letter to a keep on that island?
I don't see why not.
Okay. I will describe the keep, and I will say your imps might not be treated very friendly by the inhabitants, so instruct them to find a way to deliver it, drop it from above, or do something. And I will address it to Ravengard, and I will put I'm sure we had a seal or something. There'd be a symbol I could draw on it, so he knows it's me. I'm sure there's something we can do.
It's a goat.
No.
Probably not a goat.
I mean the
flaming fist.
the flaming
symbol.
fist symbol.
The most
Yeah.
obvious. Which actually Dragomir has a flaming fist signet ring, so that'll be apropos. Yeah.
Here, punch
Cockring,
this.
so
Oh God.
here,
Never
So
mind.
get hold of the envelope 5 feet.
you may borrow.
Okay, that's it. It's now a seal.
It's like a kettlebell. Just,
Oh God.
It's the size of a dinner plate.
Oh my god.
Yes, and just instruct your imps to don't try to approach this place because they might get shot at. So drop it from above, or find some other way, or I'll leave it in your good graces to figure it out.
One of the imps is like, "I'll do it as a cat."
Delightful.
I'll do it with a cat.
Hera, run!
And
I will pay a little extra for the danger.
okay,
the imp is actually just mad.
the fee is either 1 soul coin or 100 gold coins.
Do we have 100 gold coins? What do we have for gold? I don't want to pay a fucking soul coin.
I have 373. So
I have 173.
Because I only got 30 something. So if I could maybe get a collection from the party to make up for it.
What'd you spend it all on? Fucking
No, I don't know.
hookers and cocaine?
I never really had
You
any.
never looted any of the cash that you guys.
Oh
found.
wait! Right here I had 200. I guess I wrote 200 gold left, but I never put it on my sheet, so I have 200 gold. So
I'm so
I'll just
terrible
buy
about
it.
putting money on my sheet. I never do it.
Yeah, I wrote it here, but I didn't.
It's
write it.
just
Yeah.
like a gray smudge because I erase it so much.
All right, so I'll pay 100 gold.
Perfect. Then yep, he will smile and he will withdraw from his little pull drawer a very, very brief 1-page devilish contract that just indicates that he is now taking on the responsibility of your letter. And if you read it through, there is nothing especially secret in this document. It just requires a signature that you are signing the authority of what's in the document over to him for transport. And payment
Like the
will be
post
refunded if
office.
services is not, it's basically like a certified letter. But because they're devils, he's got this whole 1-page contract for you to sign the bottom of to indicate that you are signing over the property to him for the purposes of transport.
Nice. So I signed it with a Z, but then I got really shitty letter, so it's not my actual signature because he's not from here.
There is an amount of light transfer that comes off the tip of your quill as you sign it. It appears that the intent is good enough for this contract.
Okay. Cool.
At which point he takes the contract from you, he puts it in the drawer, and he says it will be done within 7 days.
Okay. Good. Do you also know? Let me ask this question: do you know how to find people whose addresses aren't really that well known? if I wanted to send a message to somebody that I wasn't quite sure where they are?
He says, we have the ability to use magical communication to transmit messages, but there is an additional fee. And he crosses his arms when he says this, but the way that he does it, he's so corpulent that he's crossing his fingers, like tenting his fingers like this over his belly button, which is like a few feet in front of him, so it's like his arms are only extended about this much.
Holding a beach ball.
Yeah, yeah. He looks like a big fat merchant with like a melty frog face.
John Goodman. He looks like John Goodman.
Oh, Jesus.
I was going to say Jabba the Hutt, but...
A little bit of Jabba the Hutt, a little bit of rock and roll. I might actually have a picture of what this dude looks like. Stand by. Let's see.
Oh, I can hardly wait. He sounds like a real looker.
He is a beautiful man.
Oh no, he's hot!
Oh
Where is this man's
William
great big
Fancy son.
booty? Ah, yeah, here he is. This fella right here.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, there's a fair amount of Jabba in there.
Yeah, he's a chunko.
Yep.
Yep.
Big Chunkus.
Big chunkus.
Kind of looks like that one ghost from Ghostbusters. Slimer.
Yeah.
But really big. He's also like 7 foot high at the shoulder, so he's like a big, big man, but he's also very fat.
Again, you're just describing John Goodman.
Yes. In my mind's eye, he looks like the, if you've read the Monster Manual, the picture of the Merid.
Yeah.
The sea genie with the big, big, big belly.
Yeah, it actually looks very similar to that picture.
So then I'm going to say, well, you seem like a man who is quite likely in touch, or at least is aware of certain people in power. Certain people who may have more influence in these realms than pretty much everyone else.
He strokes his giant belly.
My companions and I, we're looking for someone of such power that we might approach to do business. Do you know of a person named Red Ruth by any chance?
Give me a persuasion roll.
Yeah. Charisma Bill. Nah. That's how I get fucked every time. Alright. Persuasion. 13.
Says, yes, I'm familiar with Red Ruth. She does not partake in my craft. Typically, I believe that she comes to speak with Mahadi for matters of personal hygiene.
Okay. You wouldn't happen to know if she's in the compound or in the area, would you?
He says, no, I have not seen her in some time. She's probably due. It has been nearly a century.
She only comes here once a century.
For her regular bath.
Ah, okay.
Didn't Mahadi tell us directly that he had no idea who we were talking about when we asked about Red Ruth?
You haven't talked to him about Red Ruth yet.
Really? I thought for sure we asked.
You
I
guys
thought
didn't
we were
want
trying to be a little
You didn't want to tell your
Yeah,
hand.
we wanted to be
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You basically were super cagey with him because you immediately got the creepster vibes and then didn't tell him anything.
Yeah, I'm turning over a new leaf where I'm not turnstiling anymore. We're just gonna fucking
Put the dick on the table and move it along.
dick out.
Dicks out for Harambe.
Dicks out for Mahadi.
Okay.
So, if we could not wait, because our business is fairly urgent. Do you know where we might be able to find her normally?
He says, I do not, but Mahadi maintains a guest book. Typically, many of the regular guests will leave calling options for messages related to discounts, promotions, newsletters. We send them even if they don't sign up.
Coupon books. And...
Oh, but it really is hell.
I think you sign up for Red Roof's OnlyFans and they don't tell you when you're getting charged for the next month.
How do you know how OnlyFans charges?
Because I have a lot of OnlyFans accounts. Because I look at a lot of titties on the internet.
Back in my day, you had to print out titties with dots on a matrix printer.
It's just 2 squares.
And binary knick-knocks.
Anyway.
Okay. So anyway, all right. Then I will. I guess I'll thank him for his time. I'll tip 10%. Yeah, whatever the thing was, I'll give an extra 10 for his time and his information.
He will definitely accept it. So it's another 10 gold. Somebody needs to mark up somewhere. And yeah, you for whatever reason, you do actually genuinely believe this man's going to transmit the message that you want him to transmit. And he said within 7 days, But it sounds like that's basically just what he reads off whenever he's doing a delivery. It could very well get delivered much earlier than that. However long it takes him to get there, basically.
Yeah, it's intentionally no incredibly sensitive information on purpose. It's just
I wanted to go back to the barber to Burny and get my dome polished.
Does she have dome polishing services?
Yeah, she does.
Or do you have to pay extra for that?
She'll rub your head.
Yeah. No, I want to get the top of my head waxed so be aerodynamic, you know.
Oh my god, it's Mr.
Disadvantage
Clean right
on
behind
stealth
you.
checks 'cause it's so shiny.
Because my stealth was so banging already. You know? But yeah, while she's got me in the chair, I'll say, you know, we tried to find the Emporium when it was north at the Red Crescent. We were going to visit some companions of ours.
Companions at the Red Crescent. That's some strange company that you keep, she says.
I forget what was the name of the biker gang again?
The Icker Kickers.
The Icker Kickers. How could I forget? Yeah, we met the Icker Kickers at Fort Knucklebones, and we wanted to see their sick tricks.
Ah, yes. Well, you did miss quite a performance. Unfortunately, they did not win the meet this year.
Oh, no.
Who did?
She says it was... I have a name of somebody here. Bear with me for just a quick moment.
The Icker Lickers.
The slick pricks.
The slick pricks of the Icker Kicks. She describes... First off, she describes a little bit of the scene, which was the Icker Kickers rolled up with their bikes like they usually do.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, they are... they compete. They don't win very often because they're not organized.
Oh, yeah.
But they're just anarchists. They show up to win and then don't make decisions, and it's supposed to be like this thing where whoever wins gets to make decisions about the warlords for the next several whatever. But there's a bunch of different gangs that turned up. There were members of a young necromancer's gang that drove cars that were covered in crawling hands. Those you've seen one before.
Yeah, that's the one we saw making the deal with Praetor.
The golden Cadillac. Although Golden Caddy wasn't there. But other members of her gang apparently were.
Gotcha.
There were a number of devils that had a giant crimson standard with a number 8 put on it with chains.
Okay.
Legion of the Eighth.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Describes Princeps Kovics.
Yeah.
The Legion of the Eighth I am. Legion of the Eighth.
There was a specific warlord who attended that they just call Bitter Breath. They don't know what his actual name is because he can't speak. Every time he tries to make words, black smoke pours out of his mouth.
Oh.
That's fucking metal as hell.
He was there, and apparently there was some sort of altercation that basically disqualified him and the Icker Kickers because a lot of his gang are also fiendish hobgoblin bikers.
Oh.
And there was apparently some sort of biker brawl that was outside the limits set upon the Bloody Crescents.
Well, if there's one thing we know about the Icker Kickers is they can't fight with the damn.
No.
I want at some point in this campaign, I want us to run to their rescue and help them.
Oh, yeah.
I really want that.
Whenever the final battle is, we'll have the Icker Kickers by our side.
No, I want to
As
first
cannon
rescue
fodder.
them.
Yeah.
However, this is a long-winded way of saying the winner was a human woman named Carol DeVown.
Oh, okay.
She attended without her gang in tow.
Weird. All right.
Solo.
Is she known? Is her gang known? Is it somebody you've seen before? Or?
She says, I've heard the name before, I've never actually interacted. She's apparently something of a recluse.
Oh.
But they appear to... She had some sort of connection with Fionor, the necromancer. She was making inquiries about her with her gang.
Does Carol spell her name with or without an E at the end?
It is Carol.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, that's very interesting. It sounds like it was a fascinating competition. I'm sorry we missed it.
Do we know what the solo woman looks like?
She gives you a brief description. She is a mid-20s woman, sort of a squirrely, mousy kind of like slender features, particularly by the chin, large eyes, stringy black hair, sort of like a nebbish, nerdy woman, who was driving apparently a single-passenger vehicle that was triangularly shaped and had 3 gigantic engines strapped to the back, which were described as making a piercing, whining sound as they fired up that was nearly deafening for the other competitors. And she almost managed to get herself killed on a trick where she hit a ramp and went straight up for about 30 seconds and then descended back down at terminal velocity.
She's some folk rad.
I just was wondering, and this is clearly not what it was, but I was like, what if it's Thalamra Van Vader? Because we're still looking for her.
Yeah, she's still around here somewhere.
She was described as having Coke bottle glasses.
Neat.
Okay.
Dirty fingernails.
Yeah, alright.
There's a lot of people down here.
Yeah, it is hell.
It's hell.
So, I will
Hell's
divulge a
people.
little bit more information while she's got me in the chair and say, we're shopping for a short list of rare items. One of which was a heartstone that we thought we might be able to locate here at the Emporium. Supposedly somebody owns a heartstone, comes through every now and again.
Give me a d20 roll. Don't add anything to it, straight roll.
Natural 20.
Wow. How much damage?
Well, how many hit points do you have left? I take 1 Nemea's worth of damage.
She says, I'm not familiar with Heartstone. She says, various rare items come and go through the vendors here. I have heard that certain powerful Fae carry them. So I would send my search that way.
Yeah. Do Faye come through here often? I know you already had this conversation with her, but I wasn't there for that. So
roll a persuasion with advantage.
Nice.
It's this lawful bullshit.
14?
Okay. She says, I wouldn't say often. She says that the denizens down here are predominantly either devils, demons, or petitioners. The Fae are none of those. She says, there is a woman who comes here on occasion with an entourage of mad caps and red caps, occasionally with a flame skull as well.
That's not Maggie.
Oh. Sorry, I thought it was the other person, and I was like, I tried to talk to that flame
It's
skull.
Ghost Rider!
Sorry, I got really excited.
Although I haven't seen her in some time, I believe she has bigger fish to fry.
Yes. And while we're on the subject of magical items we're shopping for, I'll rattle off the list. Any of these things sound like something you've seen for sale?
She says, I have heard of Phlegethosian sand.
Really?
Yes, it is a spell component used in necromancy. I believe that if you were to look for the necromancers of the Bone Brambles, you could probably find some Phlegethosian sand there.
Are they related to Feanor?
She sort of racks her brain for a minute. She makes some sort of memory-related check. She says, I don't believe they're in any way acquainted, but Feanor is another necromancer of note. It's possible that she has a supply.
Okay.
Certainly would explain why she makes her residence here. She's not dead.
Yeah. Interesting. While we're at it, I know we already found them in Fort Knucklebones, but Belt of Dwarven Kind, or what was it, Gauntlets of Ogre Strength, I think were the other ones?
She says, yes. I don't believe either of those items are here, but Fet Allah, the postman, would have the ability to retrieve such items at a cost.
But I need money.
And the delay on it would be several days. It takes his time to traverse the plane.
Mm-hmm. We know where one is. I'm just shopping for a better deal. We don't have a lot of soul coins. We're fairly new to Avernus.
We're coupon clippers.
Yeah.
She sort of crinkles her nose up when you mention soul coins.
All we have are Turkish lira. It's not gonna work us out.
I've got
a whole bag of francs. I've got
$8 in buffalo nickels. Nobody wants them. You don't care for soul coins?
She says, I find them repugnant.
Yeah,
I'm not here by choice, and they remind me that I'm here.
Yes, well, we're sort of in a similar situation. But currency of the realm being what it is, we were forced to make do. Obviously, I'll pay you for your services in gold.
She says it'll be just 1 gold coin.
All right.
No soul coins, please.
And unlike everybody else, I, being lawful, just pay what she asks for. I don't tip.
She puts it in her register and then starts cleaning up. She's got a broom back there.
She couldn't fit your tip in her register.
She could, but just the tip. You got her. That's also a drink.
So what had me sort of stunned there is, when did Theo die? Was it on the island? Was it in El Terrell?
Right after he got stabbed. Right after.
No, but was it in El Terrell or was it down here?
It was in El Terrell. You put it
okay. Because I just told Raven Guard how we're all great, we're all fine down here, but I didn't bother telling him that Theo had died, so I'm hoping Raven Guard knew Theo died.
Yeah, no,
okay.
you put up a big fucking stink about burying Theo.
That's right.
In a place where they could keep watch over the corpse, so he was raised as a zombie.
Okay. For some reason, I thought Theo died down here, and I'm like, yeah, everything's all great.
Yeah.
Sign 4 names, and one's not Theo, and there's a new person, and Theo who?
No, you just sign Theo's name, but it's clearly your handwriting and not his.
It's like when you try to forge your parents' signature on the fucking permission slip.
Is that for me?
Yes.
Okay.
Like when they changed Darren's and Bewitched.
It's on Viv.
All right, nerds. So yeah, anything else you want to do with these people while you're here?
I want nothing to do with these people.
Yeah, pretty much.
I hate everything here.
Should we do our usual ask around and look for, odd jobs, i.e. side quests for soul coins?
I mean, we found one.
Well, yes.
That's a very odd job.
That one, though, I'm very hesitant to take.
Why?
The specifics, by the way, on that were that he's offering you everything in the register, which is 9 soul coins and 950 gold coins.
Which is not a bad payout, but it seems like, wow, we're probably asking for a world of problems if we even start.
And, we're going to cause a power vacuum, and
not to mention, this guy literally threw this job at me in 15 seconds of conversation. I've got to imagine anybody who looks semi-tough gets the same job offer and nobody's taken it, or people have taken it and been duly swashed.
It's like I went to the 7-Eleven for some bottles of water, and the lady behind the counter says, "Hey, I want you to kill the mayor." Fuck, I gave it
you give everything in the register?
Yeah. Kit Kat and Mountain Dew. I didn't fucking come in here with that.
Lady, please buy me dinner.
I want you to go over to the National Guard base, find the first guy with an assault rifle, and kick him in the nuts. If you do it, I'll give you $20.
I think also the problem with killing Mahadi is not only are we asking for a world of hurt from him, but we have to get out of this fortified little place. We're fucked.
I don't see any reason to take this on. It seems like an unnecessary bit of chaotic violence for a payout that probably, while good compared to what we have already, is not good enough for the problems it's going to cause.
Yeah, let's level us a bit and then circle back.
If it was I'll give you 500 soul coins to kill Mahadi, you'd be like, well, I guess we're killing Mahadi, because... But 9
retired down here.
I mean, also keeping in mind,
this is
the first time that Nemea's going to give a shit about anybody, but everybody who's here is basically a slave.
Yes.
Yeah, they're not going anywhere.
So if, we could technically be freeing a lot of people from a lot of bad engagements.
No doubt. That it would be a good deed, I'm sure. A lot of people would probably be happy that we did it.
What?
No, there's no freeing you. You're stuck. You said yes.
What are you doing? What?
You said free people from a lot of bad engagements.
Oh my god!
I didn't get it.
I'm feeling dense today.
There would be some good to come of it for sure. I don't think it's something we can do at 6th level.
We haven't even met this person. Have we met her?
Mahadi?
Yeah, we met her, right?
Yeah,
him.
It's a him. He's the
I'm
one
thinking it's a her.
He's the one who greeted us. And
Okay.
He's the maitre d'.
I also want to point out, and I'm metagaming slightly here, and I'm trying to separate the metagame from the actual in-game stuff, because there is some in-game stuff to support it, but he purposefully worded it like that one that calls himself Mahadi.
Yeah.
Which seems a little fish to me, a little sus. And the metagame part of it is only because Ben keeps saying it too. So I'm trying not to read too much into that. There is some susness going on here.
Yeah, what we believe to be Mahadi's Emporium.
Right. Yeah, there is some shadiness.
Yeah.
Around.
Well, also, yes, we would be freeing a lot of people, and that would be an inherently good thing, but not found.
Wow.
like a southern founding father, but we free these people and disband the Emporium. Then what?
Yeah.
They're just going to all murder each other to try to be in charge of the Emporium.
Yeah.
It's just going to be a...
Well, and don't forget
And
this,
then
too.
we get to loot all of the shit that they leave behind when they kill each other.
And don't forget, like, this is hell. Like, this guy could have a magical binding contract will that says, hey, if I'm murdered by a group of ragtag adventurers, then ownership of my slave goes to fucking Jerablax the Sounder, who's going to...
Or the douchebag who's trying to pay you. That's the guy who's trying to pay you.
Yeah.
He's probably the freaking life insurance beneficiary.
I'm also his beneficiary. I forgot to bring that up.
It's like the fucking Flying Dutchman. If we kill Mahadi, we have to run the Emporium.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Oh, God.
That could actually be a really fun campaign.
And on that note, I was saying, if you wanted to completely derail the campaign altogether, we just take over the Emporium, and then we just travel around hell selling shit and buying slaves.
Yes, get fucked, Ben.
I mean, technically, that would still advance the plot, so...
Let's fucking do it!
No! If you want us to kill Mahadi, you can kill Mahadi with all of your, 54 hit points?
It's actually 51 now, because you didn't look for a little while.
She sat on a particularly sharp bar stool.
I breathed in some dust and coughed too hard.
Burny accidentally cut your ear.
You cut one fingernail too short,
Oh.
and now the fingertip is sensitive.
Oh.
It's worse when you do it on your toenail and then your shoes are too tight and it's like, oh.
That's like 5 hit points.
Yeah.
Didn't eat enough vegetables and it was a hard stool.
So do we want to work the bazaar a little bit and see if we can find any side jobs that aren't like direct suicide kamikaze missions?
Also, be careful taking jobs here because I don't want to get roped into some more
Yeah.
shit.
I don't want to sign a contract.
That is real talk.
You
Yeah.
can't sign a contract, right? Somebody gets pissed. Who's pissed if we sign a contract?
Mad.
If you sign on with a warlord, and Mahadi is very much not a warlord.
So when I was talking to Burny, though, Burny sort of referred to the Ichor Kickers as maybe not warlords, but like in the same vein.
They are in the same.
They are considered warlords. So we gotta watch out.
And so is our grub boy.
Grub boy
is a warlord. The
Grub boy?
guy who offered you 950.
Oh, he's not a Vernian warlord. He's a slave here.
Yeah. No, he's just a piece of shit.
He was a warlord in life.
He's a hobgoblin Nazi.
He's a who? Oh, right. This is the chainsaw sharpener guy.
He's like a lowercase w warlord, not a capital W
he's
warlord.
Zanef, which I think is what a non-creative person named Jeff would name their D&D character.
He's Jeff Bezos.
My name is
Zanef Bezos, please. Thank you. Jeff Bezos listens to this and all podcasts, and I don't want him to use his basketball to ruin my life.
He already has.
He gave me an ear infection, that fucker.
We all go home and our Amazon Prime accounts are canceled.
Worse, they're extended for another year.
Now I owe you for life,
right.
but you can watch season 4 of The Boys.
Yeah, that's capitalism.
All right, what's next?
Okay.
Moving along.
That's for you guys for 30 minutes.
So we're not looking for side jobs.
Where are the mud baths?
That's okay. That's good. Let's do that.
The mud baths doesn't take a lot of asking around. Mahadi's obviously eager to sell any upcharge to anyone who asks. The mud baths are a service provided by the Infernal Rapture. It costs 2 soul coins for a full spa treatment, which involves being fully submerged in the boiling mud of Avernus and cucumber slices for your eyes.
They pull you back out. It's just 2 cucumber slices hanging from 2 hooks. That's all that's left of you.
Well, no, it'd be like a skeleton until like here. Cucumber slices.
The fresh air on my bones feels good.
Is it like open, closed? Like, can I see in there?
It's not a demiplane. It's a private. It's like going to like a hot tub place. You don't share the hot tub with a bunch of randos.
Hey, Mahadi, I was wondering, there's a friend of ours that we're working with who used to run with a kind lady named Red Ruth. Do you know if she's like around here? If she's in the baths or anything? We heard she's like,
Give me a persuasion roll with disadvantage.
Yeah, she's right here. She's been staring at you the whole time. You're asking her out.
13.
She's getting her chainsaw
Was
sharp.
that a 19 on the...
13, please.
He says, I don't disclose client information. Inappropriate. This is a discreet operation that we run, but...
Meanwhile, he's like...
That is exactly where I was about to go with it, actually, is he does sort of have the hand extended. in a way that makes it very obvious that he's willing to accept bribes.
I was going to say, when you sing that, I keep everybody's secrets. There's like people just walking around butt naked back and forth from the showers to the blood pens.
Yeah, I mean, he is working in hospitality, and you can't just go to the front desk of a hotel and be like, "Hey, is Kate a guest here?"
You're not wrong.
Because I tried that for a while, and it ended up with a lot of murder.
Contextually, by the way, when you catch up to Mahadi, he is standing in front of a wooden podium, which appears to be like the host stand for the Infernal Rapture dining service. And that podium does contain a guest book.